Alright guys, I'm here off Narragansett in the Tautog Kayak, and I'm just going to be doing some tautog fishing. Got great, beautiful conditions out here, less than a 5-mile-an-hour wind, blowing out of the west, so it's blowing over the bluffs. You know, perfect condition to come out here and just dunk some crabs and try and catch some nice big tautog. I'm just about pulling up onto my spot that I like to fish. It's kind of close to Black Point and Indian Rock. That's where I'm going to be fishing. It's about mid-November right now, so the water's getting a little bit chillier, but today, you know, there's no wind and it's going to be close to 70 degrees, so a beautiful day. So maybe those blackfish, if they've moved off a little bit deeper, they'll move up into some shallow water. And basically my simple rig that I'm using is I'm just using about a 3-foot section of 30-pound Seaguar fluorocarbon tied to a barrel swivel, tied to 30-pound Test Power Pro green moss braid. And then I have a dropper loop with a 4-aught Gamakatsu bait hook on. And then I have about below the dropper loop, I tied to a clip where I like to attach my sinker. 1 to 3 ounces pretty much is what I like to fish. And that's pretty much my simple rig right there that I'm using. There he's got him. Feels like a good blackfish. Not a monster, but it's a fish. Got him on a chunk of green crab. Took me a while to finally get a bite. Once this wind picked up, then I started getting bites. But before that, I couldn't get any bites from any fish. Not a bad blackfish. Get him on his way. I had to work through a lot of pieces of crab just to catch that one. You know, for whatever reason, when it was really calm, they didn't seem to want to feed. All of a sudden, this south wind picked up, and then I started getting a lot of bites, and then I hooked that blackfish. Put 2 Asian shore crabs on one hook. You know, they were 2 little small crabs, so it's gonna make it look like one big piece of bait with 2 of these little guys on there. I marked this big boulder on my fish finder. Looks like some great structure. There could be some big blackfish on it. Just marked a really good fish right below me here. Marked a really nice fish. Hopefully I can get him to eat these 2 crabs on this one hook. It's a nice blackfish. Shouldn't take too long for him to suck this in. There he's got him. I just decided to stop and fish this structure I never fished before. I don't know how big he is, but whoa, he's a good one. Whoa, bigger than my first one. Not a bad one right there. Woo. Not a bad fish right there. Woo. I was just pedaling north towards a different spot, and I came across a big boulder that I just looked great. Decided to stop off and drop my crab, and you know, after 5 minutes of fishing or so, hooked this nice little blackfish. You know, it's about keeper size fish. Not too big, but fun to catch on some light tackle, which I did. But I'm gonna get him on his way. Nice crab I'm using right here. Green crab on dropper loop rig. Fishing about 20 feet of water right here. There he is, got him. Definitely coming shallow, paid off. Woo! This is a good one. Woohoo! It's a really good blackfish. Woo, baby! Look at the size of that one. That's a pig. Ugh. Barely even felt him hit it. Just a very light tap. And he was just there. He just sucked in that whole crab. Oh, look at that pig right there, baby. Woo! Woo! I just wanted to give you another look at this nice big blackfish right here off Narragansett in the kayak. Woo! Beautiful fish. This fish took a whole green crab. I had a little bit smaller sized green crab, and I threw the whole thing on a hook. And I was fishing a lot deeper, pretty much. Like my first 2 fish I caught today were caught a little bit deeper, but I decided to move a little bit shallower. I moved about 10 feet shallower up to a spot that I usually catch a lot of fish, and then 5 minutes of fishing, I hooked this nice big tautog. Woo!